Hey, hello. Thanks for watching. Um, Trying something new out here. JT date night. You know, it's Saturday night. What else are you gonna be doing, right? Um, so thinking about telling some stories of yesterday. Found some stuff on one Cardiff Electric. He's a podcaster. You might know him. Sorry about the piano playing in the background. I'll tell him to be quiet a little bit, okay, guys? I like that song. Alright, Billy. Tune it down a little bit, okay? I'm gonna try and do a show here. All you people in the back. Hey, can you quiet down, please? Quiet. Please, a little. Alright, you're at like a 10. You bring it down to a 7. Alright, thank you. Sorry about that. It's a little rowdy in here tonight. So how's everyone doing tonight? SATURDAY night. Oops, sorry about that, sir. Okay. Some guy just keeps bumping into me over here, my bad. So what do you say we just get right into it, okay? Back in 2021, around June 14th, this guy didn't have a face. He had a name, Cardiff Electric, and he did a little podcast thing. And not many people are picking up on it. He was a fan of, I guess, the show called WATP. Who Are Those Podcasts or something like that. And back then, Cardiff was a big proponent of one John Melendez. And this was leading up to a Chicago live event that Carl was putting on. And Cardiff, was upset that Carl kept making fun of John. And he wanted to, start kind of like a little revolution. And he created what we now know as the SJ Army. So for a lot of people that are new to the Dabbleverse, the hackverse, and within like the past year, probably haven't really dug deep back into the lore as much. And yes, Rick, I know what happened to his channel. You don't have to remind us. Thanks for watching, though. So back on June 14th, 2021, he put out a little podcast, and we're just going to take a listen to. He did these leading up to the Chicago show. They were only like a few minutes long each, but I thought it was kind of cool to like go back and listen to after everything that has happened since. Oh, wait a minute, this is my favorite part. You really hear that, right? Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Billy. Be taking requests later after the show. So what do you say we get into it, huh? Is that okay with everybody? Down with that? All right, we're gonna tell the crowd in the back to be quiet a little bit. All right, let me turn those fellas down. All right, Billy, love your playing. You're hot on the keys, brother, man. But we need to tone you down just a tad, okay, baby? All right. All right. So let's get into it. What do you say? Oh. All right, take a listen to. This is the very beginning of Cardiff Electric.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I have a great idea. Why don't we talk about that dotard loser, Carl? He did a whole episode this week on the Howard Stern Show, and then did another half an hour with his friends on the Great Stuttering John Show. Now, I see this Carl guy, and he can't generate any content of his own. He has to play clips from other shows, like the Howard Stern Show or the Stuttering John Podcast. Now, unfortunately, for the most part, the show was about the Howard Stern Show, which I guess Carl made some valid points. The show has definitely gone downhill, especially since John has left the show. But then he gets into a hate-filled segment of the show where he just takes inappropriate and inaccurate jabs at Stuttering John Melendez. I mean, this Carl guy, he has nothing to offer the world. It's just a troll on a podcast on the internet, attacking someone he's obviously jealous of. What's the point? Well, that's it for our first episode. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank our sponsor, the SJ Army, hashtag SJ Army on Twitter. Order your shirts and coffee mugs today to support the SJ Army and the Chicago Mission. If you want to join the Chicago Mission, please reach out to @Cardiff Electric on Twitter. Use the hashtag SJ Army to drive awareness. Don't forget, you can also support Stuttering John Melendez on PayPal using the link paypal.me/John Melendez Inc. Or you could become a Patreon subscriber to John's Patreon at patreon.com/stutteringjohn. There's some great options and great tiers for all levels. But you'll get to hear bonus episodes. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
Well, you heard it. That was the very first episode of the Cardiff Electric Podcast. It's very pro-John in the SJ Army leading up to the Chicago live show by WATP. Because he wasn't happy the way Carl was going after John, you know? He was a fan. You could hear it, you know? But, what do you say we watch another? Or not really watch, but we're going to listen to some. I said that was back in June. That button. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, here, let me hear them keys a little bit. Alright, guys, keep it down and back for a minute while I get the next one ready to go. Has anyone been able to figure this song out yet? It's played a little slow. Obviously, copyright reasons and all. But, you know. The next episode was a few weeks after that, and he had a big announcement to make for everybody. So we're gonna take a listen to. All right, let me turn down the piano. People in the back, be quiet. Keep it down. All right. Sorry about that. You know, try and take these people out on a date.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Stay tuned to the end of the show for our big announcement. Today's show is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Corporation wants to let you know that summer's here. And what goes better with summer on a hot day than an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Psst, crack one open today and celebrate everything in the summer. When you buy your Coca-Cola today, let them know that you heard about it on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Today's show is also brought to you by Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, even though I have millions of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And don't forget, our latest batch of SJ Army t-shirts and mugs are available for express delivery now. Visit Cardiff Electric on Twitter to find out more. the big announcement. Starting today, we are converting our format to an all-news format. The Cardiff Electric News Network, CENN. Follow us today to stay up to date on all big news. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
He signed off with "This is not John" because when he was first coming around on WATP and in the chats and whatnot, people thought it was John, like one of John's sock accounts. So, I mean, obviously we know now. I mean, like I said, it's back in 2021, so what we know now, well, obviously wasn't him, and not sure exactly his full connection with John. Hold on a minute here. Let me turn up the piano. God. What did I do? Alright. I'm gonna try to play another one here. What do you say? These are only like a few minutes long each. They were uploaded onto Apple Podcasts back then. You can still find some of them on Spotify. Alright. The next one we got is episode 6. Let me turn Billy down here. It's yeah, as far as episode 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm not really sure. Who knows if they really existed? But if they're out there, I imagine probably got lost in the shuffle along the years. But this was dated July 13th, which is about a week after the last one. And what do you say we take a quick listen to here, okay? Quiet the people down in the background. I love you, Billy, but gotta tone it down for a minute here. Alright, hold on one sec. Hit a few of these notches here. Put you back up there. Alright. And play.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Today's show is also brought to you by Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast.
I know it might sound like really low when he's talking, but I think he's doing that intentionally. And like I got it cranked out as far as I can on my end, so I apologize.
Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, even though I have millions of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Stay tuned to the end of the show for our big announcement. Well, from the newsroom, the CNN newsroom, we have an update from the Chicago area. COVID cases are climbing while vaccination rates plummet. Let's pray for everyone in Chicago to get vaccinated. We wouldn't want any visitors coming to the region in August to get sick and die of COVID-19. That would be terrible. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Things are really heating up today. We've had record high temperatures, well over 100 degrees. But as summer's heating up, so is the Chicago mission plans. But we'll get to that later in the show. Today's show is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Corporation wants to let you know that summer's here. And what goes better with summer on a hot day than an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Psst, crack one open today and celebrate everything in the summer. When you buy your Coca-Cola today, let them know that you heard about it on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. From the CEN and newsroom traffic and weather, traffic is starting to build up during rush hour, and weather's looking good for the next couple of days. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank our sponsor, the SJ Army, hashtag SJ Army on Twitter. Order your shirts and coffee mugs today to support the SJ Army and the Chicago mission. If you want to join the Chicago mission, please reach out to @Cardiff Electric on Twitter. Use the hashtag SJ Army to drive awareness. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
So that was only about a month out from the infamous Chicago live show. Now, spoiler alert, Cardiff didn't actually end up going to this show. I'm sorry to ruin it for everybody. But he was calling into or WATP, and Carl at this point was starting to take notice of this weird guy claiming to not be John, and that he was going to protest the whole Chicago live show. So I think he might have tried to get Cardiff on back then. I'm probably going to have to like dig for those because none of them were like really like time stamped or anything back then, as far as like when Cardiff was on. But maybe on our next date, huh? If this night goes well, maybe you want to go on another date. We'll might dig into that stuff, if Carl's cool with it. But I'm sure he will be. I don't think he really cares, to be honest. But the next episode here, some more breaking news about the Southern John Army. And yeah, I know, Drunky McDrunklefuck is on. That's alright, I understand people got things to do, things are going on. But we're just gonna stick around here for a minute longer and take a listen to episode 7 to the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Alright, Billy, you gotta tune it down a notch, right, brother? And keep it quiet in the background, please. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Well, it's been a great week of shows on the Stuttering John podcast over the last week. We've covered a lot of the inequities in the world and all the things that the Trump Republicans are doing. Let's get an update on what happened this week.
Cardiff Electric is here. Mark P is here.
Thank you, John. Today's episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. The new Manscaped 2.0 lawnmower offers superior performance and grooming tools for all your manscaping needs. Use promo code Cardiff Electric for 50% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code Cardiff Electric. The Chicago mission is really heating up. We will be meeting 1 hour prior to the event to prepare our protest, peaceful protest. We will only be encouraging peaceful protest to all the SJ Army that comes out to help us. We need to stamp out the haters and trolls that will be gathering in Lombard on that day. So remember, bring your signs of protest so we can stomp out haters and trolls. Let all your friends know to come to the event outside. We will be serving hot dogs and pretzels and water. From the CEN and newsroom traffic and weather, traffic is starting to build up during rush hour, and weather's looking good for the next couple days. Well, from the newsroom, the CNN newsroom, we have an update from the Chicago area. COVID cases are climbing while vaccination rates plummet. Let's pray for everyone in Chicago to get vaccinated. We wouldn't want any visitors coming to the region in August to get sick and die of COVID-19. That would be terrible. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls. Today's show is also brought to you by Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, even though I have millions of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. We're excited to announce a special guest on the next episode of the Cardiff Electric Podcast. We will have special guest known as Dr. Steve on the show. He's recently said some terrible things about John and the SJ Army, and we will confront him and get to the bottom of his trolling. Stay tuned for that special episode in the next coming days with Dr. Steve. In this week's True Crime segment, we will discuss Carl Feigenbaum. He was most certainly a convicted murderer. He was convicted of and executed for the murder of Juliana Hoffman, a 56-year-old widow who lived in 2 rooms above a shop at 544 East 6th Street in New York with her 16-year-old son Michael. Like many poor families at the time, Hoffmans decided to supplement the meager income that Michael brought in by renting out one of their rooms, and as it transpired, unfortunately for them, their first lodger just happened to be Carl Feigenbaum, who moved in with them towards the end of August 1894. Feigenbaum told the Hoffmans he lost his job as a gardener. Shortly after midnight, in the early hours of September 1st, 1894, Michael was woken by a scream, and looking across to his mother's bed, he saw their lodger leaning over, brandishing a knife. Michael lunged at Feigenbaum, who turned round and came at him with the knife. Realizing he'd be no match, Michael escaped out of the window, begging and screaming for help. But unfortunately, his mother was killed by Carl Feigenbaum. So the moral of the story is never trust anyone named Carl in your home. They will probably kill you.
There's a lot to go over in that one. First of all, he did mention the interview with Dr. Steve, which I do have, and we will listen to that. Back then, Dr. Steve was kind of a troll, you would say. He went by the notorious screen name Carl's Deviated Septum. Now, the reason for that Carl's Deviated Septum name was because he kept mentioning how Carl sounded like he had like something wrong with his nasal cavity, and that's why he sounded the way he did. I mean, for all I know, Dr. Steve's probably right. And yeah, the next thing we will listen to is the interview with Dr. Steve. And then later on in that last episode, he was talking about a notorious Carl back in 1894. Now, we all know the Creep Off, hosted by Vinny Paulino. Go vote for Vinny. And back then, Cardiff was trying to find any creep he could with the name Carl. Because obviously, we all hate Carl. So, of course, any creep was named Carl, especially those with a K, not a C, or even more creepier. So that was cool. The next thing we'll listen to, what are we going to? It's the Dr. Steve interview. This was from August 4th, 2021, just a couple weeks away from the Chicago, Lombardo, Illinois WATP live show. And I said, I think this was their first show since COVID, so that's why in his attack on WATP, he keeps mentioning how people aren't going to wear masks, no one's going to be vaccinated, and all this. We all remember those great days, the summer of 2021, just months after the vax was released, and all that bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But, on to brighter news, or brighter note, I meant. Sorry about that. What was that, Billy? That's perfect, man. I love that song. Alright, fuck it. It's, I actually got a piano version of Billy Joel's Piano Man. And all I did was just slow it down to avoid, copyright stuff. Because at this speed, you can't really tell what it is. It's just a bunch of piano notes and shit. But if you listen closely, you can actually hear it as Piano Man. It's a little trick to try to avoid YouTube copyright and stuff like that. You go on, you find think of a song you want. There's always kind of an instrumental or a karaoke version or somebody with a flute or fiddle playing it. And you can kind of just download it, put it as an MP3, and then you kind of mess with the settings after that. It's pretty cool feat. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to the Dr. Steve interview here. Let me just cue it up here for everybody. Alright, that works. That sounds good. Alright, let me quiet the people in the background. And the Piano Man himself. And in 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Today is a very special episode where we have a guest. Dr. Steve from the internet reached out to me to do an interview, so I will publish that today. And in this episode, we'll hear Dr. Steve admit,
who didn't love Stuttering John Melendez?
So stay tuned. Hello? 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 Hello?
Let me see what I'm doing wrong. Let me see what I'm doing wrong.
I can hear you now.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I
now.
can hear you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. If I do that, can you hear me? No, right?
Yeah,
Now,
who is this?
There you go. I'm trying to get the levels right. Is the audio sound okay?
Yes. Who is this?
Oh, it's Dr. Steve. We have a 1:30, right?
Hello. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you consent to record this for rebroadcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. So why do they call you Dr. Steve?
Are we recording now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's my radio name. I've been on Opie and Anthony since, 2005. And I have a radio show called Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve on Sirius XM, and also a crappy podcast on the on the laugh button.
Very good. Are you a real doctor?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. What?
Yeah, I'm still a practicing physician. I'm getting close to retirement.
So you're old.
I am old. Yes, I'm extremely old.
Okay, that's okay.
Thank you.
So, why did you vote for Donald Trump 2 times?
Did I do that?
According to our records, you did.
What records are those? I'm a libertarian, so I'm extremely liberal on social issues, and I am I am more conservative on other issues. But as far as social issues and those kinds of things, I'm extremely liberal. So I tend to vote the libertarian line, and I voted for Gary Johnson. And I voted for Serene Ardelianu, which some people will give me hell about.
So you're refusing to answer. That's fine.
No, I just told you who I voted for, dude. What you just you made a statement that's incorrect.
That's my opinion.
Your opinion is that I voted. Okay, I thought we were going to talk about COVID, and we're going to talk about my voting record. I did not vote for Donald Trump. I'm a libertarian. I vote the libertarian line. I just told you that.
Okay. Have you heard of COVID before?
Yep. Yeah, that's all my show has been for the last year, unfortunately. I used to talk about dicks and nuts and stuff like that, but this has been a hell of a year for medical radio, I'll tell you that.
Let's segue with dicks and nuts. Why do you endorse trolls like Carla and Anthony Cumin?
Well, is Anthony a troll, or is he a radio person who made his bones, hang on a second, sorry. You can edit this part out, right?
Yes.
Hang on a second. Hey, let me call you back in about 20 minutes. Okay, man. Sorry, man.
It's okay.
Okay, I'll start over with that answer. Is Anthony a troll, or is he a well-known radio personality that, made his bones in Eastern comedy? And East Coast comedy is, part of that culture is to just, crap on each other. Yeah, I've been to the Comedy Cellar and listened to these guys just completely just trashing each other constantly. And if you're talking about them trolling Stuttering John, let's just talk about that for a minute. I'm a huge Stuttering John fan, going way back. And he was extremely endearing, particularly during his time on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
That was a very good show.
That's where America really kind of fell in love with John Melendez.
That is why Jay Leno hired him.
I agree. That's what I thought too. was that it had to be that. It wasn't just the the stuff he was doing on Howard Stern show. I think that was the thing that kind of turned the tide, because it wasn't long after that, if I remember correctly, that Jay hired him. And I thought that was a good hire. And and then it's so all of those iterations, the Howard Stern iteration, the time he spent on I'm a Celebrity, and then on Jay Leno, I thought he had a great personality and a good turn to his career. My thing is, I watched when this thing turned around, and that was the day, I think, this is my opinion, when he was on Anthony's show, and he'd been on a couple of times, and Anthony started giving him hell after he went to John's comedy gig at Governor's. And Artie, they were just bashing each other. And then, but if I have any advice for John, which he's not going to take my advice, that he would go for the nuclear option. They would give him a hard time, like they do. I mean, listen to what they do with Jim Norton and Rich Voss and those guys, Bob Kelly. When they all get together, they just bash each other. I mean, it's part of their thing. And John just reacted in such an extreme way that it became more with the fun, I guess, to needle him, because they got such an extreme reaction. And I know that when if we're in high school or college or anywhere else, and somebody is given a hard time, if they ignore them, they just kind of, those people, get bored and move on to the next thing. On Opie and Anthony, people were in the barrel until they weren't anymore. And I learned really quickly that you just take it, and if you've got a zinger that you can throw back in there and try to deflect things to the other person, then you'll succeed. Listen to my the time when Joe DeRosa called me to just shit on me on Opie and Anthony. It's on YouTube, and I just took it up to a point and then just turned it back on him, and then the rest of the room pounced on him, because they looked for weakness, and then they moved on, and then everybody's friend. I mean, Joe's one of my best friends in the comedy world, so I think if I had any advice for John, which obviously he doesn't need my advice, he's been in the business forever, if he ignored all of this stuff, this would go away. It would have gone away a long time ago if he had played the game the way that the rest of them do. And I think part of it is that he didn't grow up in that culture, this East Coast comedian culture, and so it was a little different. And when they went after him and he was in the barrel, he just didn't take it very well. And I'm not saying I blame him for that, but the technique for getting out of that is either to deflect it to somebody else or just ignore it. And I wish he would do that. I think that this new iteration of John, it just isn't as fun as the old one was. But that's just my opinion,
Well,
So
the way I see it.
As far as Carl, let me tell you one thing. I listened to your podcast, and I think Carl would find, if he listened to your podcast, I think he would find it very entertaining, because one thing that you do on there was really, I think, hilarious, is you do these true crime things like they do on the Creep Off, but they're always somebody named Carl. I found that to be very amusing, and I think he would too. It's because you're needling him, but all these people do these heinous crimes, and every single time it's some criminal named Carl. So I'm assuming that you're Googling criminals criminals named Carl and coming up with these things. But it's very funny.
No, there just happens to be a lot of criminals and evil people named Carl. That just happens to be.
Well, it's good. It's a good bit, man. I think he would find that very.
I'm just trying to educate the world.
I understand.
So the way I see it is,
I don't want to break the fourth wall, but it's very funny.
Someone like Anthony Cumin, I've done my research, and he tried multiple times to be on the Howard Stern show. He tried to have a rock band.
On the Howard Stern show. I've seen video of it.
He was a Whack Pack member, maybe, but it is jealousy coming out that John has had a successful album and movies and time on the Howard Stern show. And that's what I think. But we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I didn't even say. I mean, I do disagree that jealousy plays a big part in that. But I do know that John had some great experiences. There's no question about that, and he has a very, very interesting career. And I have not read his book, though I would like to do that. And I think that I've always listen. Who didn't love Stuttering John Melendez at some point if they were at all a fan of, shock radio or modern talk radio? There's nobody that didn't love him at some point during that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I mean, you're welcome, but I think it's really true. I mean, that's he was the hero. He was the hero of the stupid, and he was. It was so much fun listening to him back then, and then when he became more involved in the show, once he got the paying gig, it was very entertaining. I know John created Dr. Remulac. I mean, I believe that he did. And it's one of my favorite phone calls of all time, too. So, I'm pretty sure that was one of his friends. I don't think he's ever copped to that. Do you know, has he ever said anything about that? Because, you're a bigger...
I will ask him, but obviously you favor doctor-related bits?
Well, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but, Dr. Remulac was... you remember this bit, right?
I am Dr. Remulac.
Yeah, you might be Dr. Remulac. You actually sound quite a bit like him. Now, wouldn't that be interesting if Cardiff Electric were actually Dr. Remulac? That's I'm just throwing out that hypothesis right now.
I am not.
You're not?
No.
Are you sure? Okay. Anyway.
Chocolate or vanilla?
If you are, hats off to you for keeping that on the DL for all this time, because it's very impressive.
Chocolate or vanilla?
I am Dr. Remulac. Anyway, was that an actual question for me?
Yes.
Chocolate.
Okay. Have you ever watched Ted Lasso?
Absolutely. One of my favorite shows, and I have a big thing for Hannah Waddingham, too.
Okay. Are you going to Chicago?
I am. Are you? I know that you were going to.
We will.
I have. I'll just put this out here to your listeners. I have an extra ticket for the beer tasting, and I've got 3 tickets for the show. That I bought them for friends of mine who aren't going to show up, but I'd already bought my tickets, so I decided to come anyway. And I think Carl's going to do something with those, and but just stay tuned for that. But if you want to get in free, you'll have to check out their Discord or check out the next podcast. As distasteful as it may be to some of your listeners, but it be a free way to get in.
We will be outside.
Okay.
Protesting the event.
All right. Well, I look forward to meeting you then.
I will see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any plugs?
Weird Medicine, Sirius XM, channel 103, Saturday nights at, I think, 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern. Just listen to it on demand. Or you can listen to the podcast wherever podcasts are found.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you. I enjoyed it. We'll talk about COVID next time.
We did cover COVID earlier. If you
Well,
had
did we
anything else to
cover
add.
it though? But that's okay. Thanks, man.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Steven.
All right. Be good.
Bye. I think that interview said it all. And it proved that the SJ Army is on the right track. Thank you, Dr. Steve, for your time today. Today's episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. The new Manscaped 2.0 lawnmower offers superior performance and grooming tools for all your manscaping needs. Use promo code Cardiff Electric for 50% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code Cardiff Electric. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not Sean. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
I think I'm in trouble. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that was the Dr. Steve interview from 2021, just weeks before the Chicago live show. Can't hear Billy. Oh, now I hear Billy. Or I mean, not Billy, Willie. That's Willie playing the piano. What do you say? You want to listen to another one? Alright, let me try to see what I can pull up here. But that was the great Dr. Steve that everybody likes and loves out there. I think he still does a show. Oh, is that somebody in the chat? Oh boy. You know, I was hoping somebody wasn't gonna ever find out about this, but I guess I'm caught. Oh well. YouTube terms of service. What the hell was I doing? Alright, let's see what else we can find after that. Yeah, I know I don't want to cut into. I know Ray is going live soon. I don't want to cut into him and his fans. Hold on, man. Let's see here. The Maddox Rules interview. Maddox Rules. You guys remember back in the old Biggest Problem in the Universe with Dick Masterson and Maddox? We want to take a listen to that. I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat is like kind of knowing that he's here, know what I'm doing. I didn't tell beforehand. Sorry. But it's all right. It's fine. Deal with it. We'll take it out in post if we have to. People don't hear that. Alright, sorry, hold on a minute. Give me a minute here. We'll get this going in just a quick second. Alright, this is from August 9th, 2021. It's been a while since I listened to it. Yeah, go ahead, make fun. I don't care. Why would you make fun of me These are your shows from like 20 years ago. Good Lord. Alright. God damn it. Hold on. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and play this one. Take a listen to. Let me turn down the music here. Turn down Willie on the piano. There's a little too many people in the background there. That's fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I hit the right button? Hold on a quick second. What button am I looking for? That button.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. In today's true crime segment, we will discuss Carl Eugene Watts, born November 7th, 1953, and died September 21st, 2007. Also known by his nickname Coral, where he was an American serial killer dubbed the Sunday Morning Slasher. He died of prostate cancer while serving 2 sentences of life imprisonment without parole in a Michigan prison for the murders of Helen Dutcher and Gloria Steele, although his number of victims may have exceeded 80. Watts claimed to have started fantasizing about torturing and killing girls and young women at age 12. This again proves the point that we were making before. Anyone named Carl is someone you should definitely be suspect of, so please be careful, everyone. Watts claimed to have... On June 29, 1969, Watts was arrested, and then he started doing murders in the 70s. He was arrested in 1982 and then had a trial, and he died in prison. Good. Hello. Today is our continuing series of in-depth, hard-hitting interviews with people from the internet. Today, we have author and broadcaster Maddox joining us for an in-depth interview.
Hey, everybody! I'm Peter Pantsless!
Can you hear me, bud?
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, Cardiff. How are you?
Good. Who's this?
This is Maddox,
Hello.
famous podcaster and author.
Very well, welcome to the show. Do I have your permission to record this interview for broadcast on the internet?
You sure do, buddy. Sure do.
Thank you. So please, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Maddox. I run a website called Best Page in the Universe, maddox.xmission.com. I stream on Twitch now every Monday and Wednesday as Cowboy Oxman and Banana Docs. It's real fun. Come and watch it anytime you like. What are we talking about today, Cardiff? You said we're going in cold, so
Yes.
what do you got for us?
So, are you the real Maddox?
Well, what do you think, bud?
Well, I received a DM this morning from another Maddox that said he's the Maddox. So I'm not sure.
Well,
But you sound good. So,
oh,
why
of
did
course.
you...
I mean,
Why
why wouldn't I do your show, bud? I mean, you're an up-and-coming podcaster. I saw your interview with that guy, Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine. He seems pretty cool, I guess.
Yes,
On Sirius, I think he's on.
Yes, I've won many awards for that interview. I'm very proud of it. So why did you vote for Trump?
Very good. I've won award. I won an award as well at one time for my my book, The Alphabet of Manliness. I won several comedy book awards, such as the best book of whatever year it was released. I can't remember now. Geez, it was a long time ago. But yeah, great job, bud.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of books, I've just finished my book and it's gone to publishing. And it will be out soon for all the SJ Army to read. So, why do they call you Maddox?
Well, I'll certainly be purchasing that book. What's it? Well, it's just like...
Oh no, I think we have technical difficulties.
Cool, because I'm mad about things, that kind of thing,
Okay, so it's not because you're mad and you dox people?
I've never doxed anyone in my life, sir. I don't know what you're talking about there, but...
Okay, because I was doxed once and I did not like that. Okay, so next question. Would you rather?
Would I rather what?
Are you refusing to answer? That's fine. What is your best book you've written? Oh no, bad connection. Hello?
Oh.
Hello? What is
I can hear you.
What is the best book you've written?
I think favorite book that I've written, I'm Better Than Your Kids, making fun of children's drawings that were really crap and garbage. But only close second is my latest book, Fuck Whales. That was really good, and a lot of people liked it.
How exactly
so
would
I've been
you...
very close between those two.
How would you do that to a whale?
Well, you gotta have a big old dick and big old balls like me.
This is a PG show, please.
I'm sorry, but I didn't. You can censor that in post if you like. Cut it out or whatever you got to do.
Are you aware of trolls on the internet?
No, I mean, trolls. No. I mean, I get universal praise from everybody. I mean, like all the ladies, they flock up to me on my Banana Dog streams and say, "Oh, Banana Dog, can you put that banana in my blood?" Oh, you know what I mean?
That's very good. I like that's funny. Chocolate or vanilla?
I'm a very funny person. Sorry, what was that, bud? Go ahead.
Chocolate or vanilla?
I gotta go chocolate. Vanilla's really boring. I gotta go. In terms of ice cream, yeah, chocolate definitely.
Okay. How has Stuttering John influenced your life?
Stuttering John, jeez. Back in the day when he was on Howard Stern,
He was on Howard
the-
Stern. Yes, he was.
the awesome, funny interview style that he had, and I thought that I would take that into my ventures in podcasting, doing the best debate and asking people things like what they thought on certain issues and that. And unfortunately, that podcast has now ended. The best debate was really good, very successful, and I just had to move on to other projects, such as my Godzilla versus Podcast Zero, which currently on hiatus, but it will be coming back soon. So I look forward to that.
That's very good. F, marry, or kill?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you have any
I'm sorry, the
plugs?
connection must be bad. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you have any plugs?
Yeah.
You cut out.
Real Maddox.
Sorry, start over, please. Your internet was out. Hello? Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
There you are. Go ahead.
Just do my plugs again.
Yes, you did. There's no audio came. Your internet's very bad. You should get rid of
sorry
Verizon.
about that.
Verizon is not good.
No, it's terrible. I hate them. But Maddox Rules on Twitter, Real Maddox on Twitch.
How does Twitch work?
Show, big boy.
How does Twitch work?
Well, you record yourself. You use like OBS or something like that to record your screen and your camera, and it just it's basically the same thing.
Okay, you have very bad internet. Why did you vote for Donald Trump?
I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden.
Okay, good for you.
Donald Trump is a piece of garbage, a sexist, misogynist bigot, and has a small penis.
I would agree with most of those things, but I do not want to get sued. Any other questions?
Questions for you? No, this is your show, bud. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining the show.
No problem, bud. Anytime.
All right, and we're proud to have you as a member of the SJ Army. Thank you.
No problem. I'll be buying one of your shirts soon enough.
Very good. Thank you. Real Maddox. Everybody on Twitch and Instagram. Bye now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. How do I turn this on? Okay. Well, thank you to Maddox. We appreciate your time today. I hope you are the real Maddox. On the next episode of the Cardiff Electric Podcast, we will have the TV producer Adam Goldberg from the show The Goldbergs, recording later today. Bye, everybody. Please listen to the rest of the show. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls. Today's show is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Corporation wants to let you know that summer's here. And what goes better with summer on a hot day than an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Psst. Crack one open today and celebrate everything in the summer. When you buy your Coca-Cola today, let them know that you heard about it on the Cardiff Electric Podcast.
That was the interview with Maddox from back in August 2021. I believe he was still with Dick back then. As we all know now, they had a little bit of a big falling out where they were suing each other and whatnot. And Dick ended up finding this guy, Vito Giswaldi, and still today you can listen to The Biggest Problem in the Universe with Dick Masterson. It's a good show. Dick's a cool dude. Towards the end of there, he did mention an interview with Adam Goldberg. I forgot about that. There was like this period here. I remember there was like he was doing a lot of these interviews. What do you? I mean, I don't want to hold you guys up or anything, if you guys have something going on tonight. I know we've been on a date for a little over an hour now, Music has been good. YouTube terms of service. The crowd's been a little quiet in the background for us, luckily, Hasn't been going on too much. But, I think, why not listen to one more, huh? What do you say? Alright, let me go do my thing here. Hit a couple buttons. Yeah, now you have many choices tonight of what you could be doing, who you could be watching, but you chose this, and I apologize, but I thank you. It's been fun. Taking a trip down memory lane here, telling stories of yesteryear, and how we all got here. Trying to think, where were you at the summer of 2021, huh? I know where I was. It wasn't a bad year, I think. Good old days, what do you say, huh? Alright, we'll listen to this next one. This might be the last one for tonight. I want to get you guys home early, Ooh, boy. Hold on a minute here. Hit a couple buttons here. Damn it. I'm hearing it play twice. Oh, that's why. Alright. Yeah, so this is the Adam Goldberg interview. August 9th. Looks like he was doing these like one after each other, like day after day. I think our Cardiff historian, associate producer Ralph, I think might have left us for the night, hopefully. Guy's a troll. Oh boy. Might get an email after this about something, but hey, you live and learn, right? It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. And I stand by that. That would go on. Let me quiet the crowd. Sorry, guys. You gotta be quiet back there. Billy, you mind? On my tombstone, it will be carved on my tombstone. Quote, it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. It's a great saying. It really applies to everything in life. You know what I'm saying, man. God damn it, he is still fucking here. Alright. Alright, folks. Let me get this going here. Play me a song, Mr. Piano. Copyright strike. Alright. Here we go. Alright, quiet down back there. Billy. Take a break for a few minutes, Billy. You've been playing awesome tonight.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. On another very special episode of the Cardiff Electric Podcast, we continue our in-depth series of interviews. Today we have filmmaker, television show producer, writer, and creator Adam Goldberg from ABC's syndicated sitcom, The Goldbergs. Let's listen to the interview. And don't forget, a new season of The Goldbergs starts in just 4 weeks. Season 9. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Cardiff?
Good. How are you, Adam?
Good, thanks.
Do I
Can you
have
hear me
your
okay?
permission? Do I have your permission to record this for broadcast?
Yes, on the condition that I may also record it.
Of course,
that okay?
I would love
Cool.
to be on your show.
Cool, man. Sounds good.
Okay.
So how you doing? Can you see me? I got my video going. You don't have to turn yours on if you don't want to, but do have mine so that you can see me. Yeah, there you go. How's it going?
Good.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. I did listen to the last episode with Dr. Steve. That was hilarious.
Oh, well, thank you. I just did an episode with Maddox. And that's
Really?
just been released on Spotify. And
That's great. No, I'll have to check that out too.
Yes, it just came out 5 minutes ago. I just finished it today.
Really?
It went to
Wow, you're a busy
production.
man, Cardiff. That's cool.
Yes, it's been good. I just finished my book, and it's gone to publishing. I'll have some details soon for everybody.
Yeah, let me know, dude. I'll check it out.
Yes. So why did you vote for Donald Trump?
I actually did vote for Donald Trump. Unlike Dr. Steve, who did not. I guess he's saying he was voted for Libertarian. I voted for Trump. I made the decision to vote for Trump, and I voted Democrat my whole life. I voted for John Kerry. I voted for Obama twice. I voted for Hillary, actually, believe it or not. And I was never a fan of Trump. I actually hated Trump. And it wasn't until 2018 when the whole thing happened with Brett Kavanaugh, and his confirmation to the Supreme Court, where that sort of soured me, and it made me sort of walk away, if you so to speak, from the Democratic Party. But it wasn't until right when the pandemic was starting, when I saw there was a particular day where I saw Joe Biden fall asleep on a live stream with, I think it was Hillary Clinton or it was somebody else in the Democratic Party. So he fell asleep on a live stream, and I was like, that's it. This guy is unfit for office. It might not even say that. You might say that it's not so much a vote for Trump as it is a vote against Biden. But I actually do support Trump. So yeah, that's, in a nutshell, that's the best probably soundbite answer I can give you.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So why do you support troll culture on the internet and attacking great podcasters like Stuttering John?
Well, you know what? I disagree with your premise that Stuttering John is a good podcaster. I do enjoy listening to his podcast. Ironically, as you could probably tell, I'm an avid fan of Who Are These Podcasts? And I was a big fan of Opie and Anthony. I was a little bit late to the party to appreciating them. Wasn't what you would call a big Stern fan, per se. I mean, I'd listened to him in the past, and I knew who Stuttering John was. But it wasn't until I had actually done that fake interview of him where I was referencing the Heather W. debacle, and I'm sure you're more than familiar with that, and anybody who listens to WATP knows what that's all about. But John for the uninitiated, let me just explain this. John had a falling out with one of his super fans who was a donator to his podcast, and she went on WATP to allege that John had sent her threatening messages, that he had threatened to blackmail her sexually to her family, and who he actually did have their contact information because Heather had previously been friends with John. So anyways, before I digress,
none of those are true, by the way.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all untrue, but go on.
Well, anyways, like I said, so this woman, she was, like I said, it was allegedly, so she had come forward and went on WATP to say that this stuff had happened. So as I was starting my show, The Pile On, which is on my YouTube channel, Adam Goldstein TV, I started it back in January, and I actually did not do Stuttering John segments until I did one or I had done a couple of them where I'd kind of goofed on him WATP style, but it was all light kind of goofing. And then I had an episode where I did a fake interview of him, where I took footage of him where he was doing one of his political interviews with somebody. It was a congressman or something like that, and I think it was John Fugelsang, actually. So he's friends with John Fugelsang. But anyways, I digress. So he was just nodding and going for about 10 minutes, and I thought, oh, this would be really great if I just took the video of him overlaid it with my video, and I could do like a fake interview with him. So anyways, that got the attention of the WATP subreddit, and then John had DMCA'd my video. So he actually put 3 copyright strikes against my YouTube channel. So at that point, I guess you could say maybe it was kind of personal, but I mean, I'd like to think that for me, it's really not that personal. I don't hate John. I dislike him. I don't like his show. I don't like his politics. I think that he doesn't treat people very well. And while I do definitely agree with a lot of people that say that he's very endearing, he comes off like that kind of drunk uncle that you have where you're like, oh man, Uncle Frank, he doesn't have his shit together. He's always drunk, but I like him. He's funny. You know what I mean? He's kind of like the life of the party. So I really honestly just find my main reason for making fun of John, and I got to be honest, I love to give myself credit, but to be truthful and fair, it's easy to make fun of him, and it's really fun. And maybe that's probably not the best thing in the world because, it'd be more of a challenge to go after somebody else. But I do enjoy goofing on Stuttering John. He really is an interesting guy.
So there you heard it, SJ Army. He's admitted to stealing Stuttering John's content and making fraudulent videos, but he's also admitted to liking Stuttering John. And he listens to Who Are These Podcasts? And that's
absolutely
a problem because that's an unhealthy show.
How so?
It's toxic, and it's not good for your soul to listen to things like that. You should listen to things that make you better as a person.
You can't listen to something that makes you laugh?
I don't find it humorous. I listened to one episode once for research because Carla is trying to get me to cancel the Chicago mission, and I had to listen to a show, and it wasn't funny.
He's trying to get you to cancel the. What happened? What happened there with him trying to? It was news to me that he didn't want you guys there.
He's just trying to entice me to cancel it because he's scared of all the backlash from the SJ Army. He wants his event to go unfeathered, and we're going to be a chink in his armor, so to speak. So he's trying to stop it. Hey, that's
racist. I thought you guys were all liberal over there.
No.
In the SJ Army. I thought you guys were liberals. That's not very nice.
I said kink in the armor.
No, you said a slur against Asian people.
No, I would never do that. I am Asian myself. Sometimes.
Well, I'm recording. You do sound Asian. You sound kind of Kermit-y the Frog. No, and I'm not saying that as a diss. Like, I kind of like your voice. It's calming. It's good for the podcast. But
that's what I say. You should always listen to things that make you feel better. So that's why people like my podcast, because it's always positive.
Well, I'll give you that, man. I got to admit, I had you pegged wrong because I got to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure that you're not trolling John with this podcast.
I am against the trolls and haters all over.
Okay.
I want to stamp them out. That's why we set up the Chicago mission. We were supposed to have Sal D and Hockey Puck were going to be on the show this week, but they both had to cancel for different reasons. But we will have them on soon and get to the bottom of everything.
That's good because I've spoken with both of them extensively on Twitter and off, and I got to say I've heard a lot of people that say that you're very friendly with Sean. Is that true?
Oh, we are great.
I've heard that from multiple sources.
Yes, great friends all the time.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Can I ask you a question? How am I going to be subject to prosecution? As you said in Twitter DM when I first spoke with you, I actually admittedly was tweeting the wrong. There is a fake Cardiff Electric account out there.
Yes, it's very much a problem for me. It's been a lot of confusion on the internet.
It caused a lot. I got to admit, it went right over my head because I was tweeting at him, thinking he was you. Then I got a DM from you that said I could be subject to prosecution. What law have I broken?
The fake Twitter names law.
What? Fake Twitter names?
I don't have my legal counsel on the phone right now, but I was advised that if you were endorsing a fake Twitter name, you could be prosecuted.
Well, I certainly don't want that to happen. So can I go on the record right now and say that I disavow that fake Twitter account?
This would be the best forum to do such a disavowance.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a big load off of my mind. Thank you, Cardiff.
Thank you.
Can I ask you another question, if you don't mind? I know it's your show. I just figured maybe we could go back and forth a little bit, if you don't mind.
I'm
What
all
motivated
about
you to start
rolling
this
with
podcast?
it because I'm a rolling with it kind of guy.
Sounds good. What motivated you to start the podcast?
Well, really, I wanted to help Stuttering John stamp out the haters and trolls. He's constantly trying to build his brand and build his show, and there's people on there, I think fueled by Carla, that want to shut him down and take him down, and it's unfair. He's great. He's done so many things. He's written books. He's been on network television shows. He's been on national radio. He's been on music bands. And people like Carla who are jealous, obviously, who want to take him down. So they send all the minions after him, and it's unfair. It's jealousy, and I'm going to stop it. It's not good for the world.
Well, how do you think you're going to be able to stop it yourself?
I'm getting the word out, and I'm establishing the SJ Army, and we're building and growing in numbers every day, and we're going to stamp it out, just like COVID-19. You know, we're going to get vaccinated, and we're going to vaccinate the world against haters and trolls.
They're coming out with a troll vaccine?
That's what the SJ Army is.
Nice. I didn't know if there was like an actual vaccine, like a Johnson & Johnson vaccine for the trolls.
Well, there kind of
you,
is, but that was something we were going to have at the Chicago mission. But as I said, we're very close to coming to an agreement with Carla to cancel the Chicago mission. But more to come later on that.
Okay, all right. I was going to ask you, I really enjoyed your recent episode with Dr. Steve. It was really good. I just wanted to say, do you have any idea why John might have turned down Dr. Steve's offer to appear?
I do not know. I am not as close as me and John are. We're not that close where we share our show insider information.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess what had happened is, and the word on the subreddit was that Dr. Steve had reached out to John and offered him, I don't know the specific dollar amount. It might have been like $500 or $800 to appear on WATP, but to have sort of a neutral thing where Dr. Steve would be sort of like a moderator, and then you could have Carl and you could have John, and they could have like a roast battle. And they offered John the money, and at first it sounded like he had accepted it, and then he didn't accept it. I have to admit, though, I don't know the full. I probably should have done my research on the full details of that. I didn't know if that was something you could enlighten me on, but that's okay if you don't know about that, 'cause I don't either.
If I could speculate.
Sure.
Stuttering John is not for sale.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a good answer. I think that's a good answer. How close exactly are you with Hockey Puck? You said you're close. Do you live in Canada too?
No, I've been to Canada once. It's a terrible place.
Really? Well, it's a big place.
Yes.
What can you tell me about Sean's supposed falling out with John?
Well, that's what I'm going to have him on an upcoming episode to get to the bottom of. I have not spoken with Hockey Puck since the incident. But we will have him on this show, so stay tuned, folks.
What exactly do you have planned for Chicago? Do you think the WATP fans are really intimidated?
Well, as a matter of fact, by the overwhelming phone calls and DMs and emails that I've been getting from both Carla and the Anthony Cumin team, I think they're definitely scared. And they don't want the show to be interrupted, but we will definitely interrupt it, and we will not let it happen. But like I said, we're close to a negotiated settlement.
Okay. I have a question for you, and this is a Twitter. We have had this conversation, but I just wanted to enlighten people. So you had said there was a tweet that you had put out there where you had said that you met with all the members of the SJ Army, and then I said pictures or it didn't happen, and you said, well, we don't talk about private operations or whatever. But why would you go on Twitter and discuss it? Like, why wouldn't you just keep all of this under your hat?
Well, for the record, I did not meet with all the members of the SJ Army, just the ones that were at that drive-in that night, and we watched the great movie. It was fun. It was more of a social event than a strategic meeting of any type, just, getting together and having some fun after all this time with COVID-19.
Yeah, well, that's good. What movie did you guys see?
The Purge.
Was it any good?
It was the greatest movie.
Nice. I haven't actually been to a drive-in movie ever, so I would like to do something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Where do you live that you've never been to a drive-in movie?
Well, I'm currently living in Georgia, but I'm from Massachusetts, and we didn't really have drive-in theaters up there. Yeah.
I've been to Massachusetts once. So
yeah, where'd you go?
I spent 4 years at Harvard.
4 years at Harvard, yeah. I used to hang out there all the time. I used to live in Malden, near Boston, and I used to drive to Harvard Square. I used to be an Uber driver, actually, and I used to like to drive around that area a lot. Harvard Square is interesting.
Yes. Perhaps you drove me once. It was great.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. If you went there recently, did you ever go to any of the bars? What was your favorite bars and restaurants in Harvard Square?
Oh, I don't drink.
But you eat, though, right?
I'm actually a chef myself. I cook myself.
And in all your years in Harvard, all your years going to Harvard, you never once went to any of the restaurants? You really missed out.
I prefer to cook for myself.
Nice. That's good. What do you like to make?
Pasta?
That's it? Just pasta?
No.
What kind of pasta?
I like meat too.
Meat? Nice. Yeah, you got to eat meat.
Yep. So, chocolate or vanilla?
What, ice cream?
In general.
In general, I would say chocolate. I can't stand vanilla. Vanilla pisses me off.
So
I hate it. I really do hate it.
Can we talk a little bit about your show?
Sure.
I watched some of your episodes the other day. I really like your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like the guy who plays your older brother. He's very funny. But
Who is that? What episode is that?
How did you get into making TV shows about your life?
It's not really about my life. It's sort of a reaction show. But I just sort of got bored. I don't know. I just decided to start. I'm actually a video editor. So I was doing a lot of video editing on Final Cut for my clients, and I was doing these web ads. And so I started goofing around. I actually had a YouTube channel before this where I would just do vlogs and travel vlogs, and I would do it all on my phone. So now that I had a computer with Final Cut, I started to do a more structured show, and I thought it would be cool to do sort of like a talk show, but have it be sort of like a reaction show. And a lot of people are doing those nowadays. And I actually, like I said, when I started the pylon, I did not do, the first episode was just one segment. It had nothing to do with Stuttering John or podcasters or anything like that. But I had just decided that, and I'm sorry, I'm not really that great live, like off the cuff, but I just decided to do a couple of Stuttering John reaction videos. And I thought to myself, you know what, this is easy to pull like you could pretty much take video from any Stuttering John segment and make it interesting, because he's one of those people that if you're going to do a reaction video or commentary or like that sort of roast type of show like WATP is, if you're going to do that type of show, John is amazing. He's a really great subject because he's goofy, and I'm not even trying to be mean here. I'm just being objective. He's a goofy guy. His show can be I feel like I wouldn't want to watch his show, but to do a commentary show where you kind of make fun of it, it's easy because he does not edit his show. He doesn't have a producer. He regularly contradicts himself. There's a lot. And another reason is I noticed that there's a lot of interest in Stuttering John's show now because of WATP. So I thought to myself, you know what? If I did some segments about him and then and I was able to post it on the WATP subreddit, maybe I can get a couple of fans to come over here, build a little bit of a small audience. So that actually worked out. I never really thought John was going to react the way that he did. And so I have to say, listen, I can make fun of John. I can do segments about him. I can do my show or whatever. But I have to admit, Stuttering John has helped my show probably more than anybody. I mean, Carl definitely helped me. The WATP thing helped me. But I really honestly do owe John for my even having a show, honestly, Did I lose you?
No, I didn't know that you covered Stuttering John on your TV show. Okay. Well, that's been great. So thank you to you. Any other questions?
I asked you a few earlier, so
okay.
Not really, other than the fact, are you going to continue? Are you planning on continuing to develop the Cardiff podcast because I'm a fan. I have to admit, I really did think that you were Stuttering John. I thought that it was Stuttering John's sock account disguised to kind of look look like a podcast. And when you had tweeted to George Takei and said, "Come on my show," I really thought that was like a Freudian slip on John's part. But now I got to say, I listened to the Dr. Steve episode. I'm going to have to go back and listen to some of the other ones too. I'm looking forward to, who did you say you were on with today?
Maddox today. But
Really?
there's a bit
Okay,
of
I want to listen
controversy
to that
there.
too. But I got to say, I'm a fan, man. I like your podcast. It was great. Thank you for having me on, and I will definitely check out your episodes going forward.
Okay, well, thank you, Adam Goldberg, for joining us. We appreciate you. And
It's Adam.
good luck
It's
on
Adam
the show.
Goldman, 18K Goldman on Twitter. I'm just kidding. No, that's somebody else. That's Mersh.
Yes, this is Adam Goldberg from the TV show The Goldbergs. Thank you for joining us. And
Well, thanks for having me
welcome
on, dude.
to the podcast.
Anytime.
Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Goodbye.
Recording stop.
This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls. Today's show is also brought to you by Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, even though I have millions of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Adam Goldberg. That's who that was. Billy. Yeah, that was Adam Goldberg. I just looked at his IMDb stuff. I forgot this dude was in a lot of stuff that I'm sure we all saw back in the day. Curious how he got that. I guess back in 2021, I guess he was kind of interested in what was going on there with Stuttering John. Curious if he's still interested in any of this stuff, but yeah, that was kind of cool. Like I said, a lot of these I listened to maybe a couple years ago or a while back. I haven't heard them since, so I kind of like even I forget a lot of this stuff, you know. Not much of a historian, if you were. But I said that was going to be the last one, but I think there's one more. There's just one more interview. Sing me a song, Mr. Piano. Oh, goddamn, he's still here. If I could, all right. Like I said, I'm finding all these off of Apple Podcast. They're not behind a paywall or anything. I think the last one was uploaded in 2023. So if somebody's listening and was wondering where I was finding these, it's up there. I think there's, like I said before, I think they're still on Spotify. if you're into it. Alright, why not one more? Fuck it. I'm gonna say thank you all for coming out with me tonight, hanging out, listening to some tunes. Hope the people in the background weren't too loud tonight. Keep it down, please. Alright. I don't know if they'll be taken down. But alright. So the next interview was by Y'all-Neek, who is like this. They have a YouTube channel, still active, and what they do is they like they're like interested in a lot of like podcasts and stuff like that. Let me just get a setup here for me. All right, I hear it. Yeah, it's just kind of a trip down memory lane here. For anybody that's like, that came on board the Dabbleverse in maybe the past year or two, and like I said, every week there's so much shit. I mean, who has time to really go back? Oh, who was sued by? Oh, that's right. Are these the guys that are currently involved in a lawsuit with Brandon Shaw? It's fascinating. That's even still ongoing. We gotta get this set up here. I'll try to post their link when I get this going here. Alright. I got like a million things to do here. There's that. We'll turn the crowd down. That's my favorite part. I think, Jimmy, I think you're right. I think you two might pick up on what that song is, but you never know. We take our chances here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and play on this Y'all-Neek interview, episode 12 from August of 2021. So let's take a listen to, and I'll try to find out a little bit more about what they're involved with now with Brandon Schwab, and see how that's going. I'll try to update everybody after this interview here. All right, and in 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Today's show is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Corporation wants to let you know that summer's here. And what goes better with summer on a hot day than an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Psst, crack one open today and celebrate everything in the summer. When you buy your Coca-Cola today, let them know that you heard about it on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Hello, and today we continue our segments of in-depth interviews, cutting-edge interviews from characters, performers, and broadcasters from the internet. Today we have Y'Neek on the show, and Y'Neek is very famous for taking down Anthony Cumin and Carla on their shows and infiltrating them and showing them that we won't stand for haters and trolls anywhere. So let's go to that interview. Hello? Hello? Oh no. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast. How are you?
Good.
Welcome. Do I have your permission to record this for broadcast?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So, please tell us all who you are. I know you're a famous podcaster and YouTuber, and I welcome you to the show, but please tell all my listeners who you are.
I am Unique Kyle, and I have 2 YouTube channels.
That's good. I don't have any YouTube channels yet, but I'm getting there. One day I'll have a YouTube channel. So, you got to my audience, and they all said that I should reach out and talk to you, because apparently you were very famous for pwning both Carla and Anthony Cumin. So please tell me about your experience with those 2 losers.
Well, I just went on Hardy's podcast, talked to them. Kumi, oh my god, that's a long thing. You forget. It all started with when he invited me onto his show, then reneged my invitation and doxed me.
That's terrible. I was doxed once too by the fans of Carla. So that's what led me to start the SJ Army to help defend the internet and Stuttering John Melendez against the haters and trolls that are fueled by the people at Carla's podcast. In fact, listen to this.
India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale. It has nothing to do with surviving a trip to fucking America. It's out of the 19th century when India was still...
Like, that doesn't even sound like somebody who should be broadcasting. He sounds stupid. What do you think?
Oh, Stuttering John stinks too, but...
No, that's not the premise of this show.
I don't care what the reality of the situation.
Why would you... No, Stuttering John is a famous broadcaster. He was a key member of the Howard Stern Show. He's been on network television multiple times. He's had bands that have sold millions of albums. He's a best-selling author. I think the jury is out, and it's come back and said Stuttering John is good. These other guys are jealous.
You did all that stuff. How'd that work out for him?
Very successfully.
Pamela Anderson. Nicolas Cage. Fucking Stuttering John.
I don't like the direction this is going now. Hold on. Chocolate.
Stuttering John, do you think he got all political just because he got hired on the Stephanie Miller show just so they could say they had someone from the Howard Stern show and then they fired him very quickly? But do you think that's why he thinks he's a political guy now?
No, what really drove Stuttering John to become a more political entity was the Trumpism that was taking over America and really, destroying America. I know they came in and said they want to make America great again, which was a load of garbage because America was already great, but his Trumpism came in, the Republicards and the GQP, they came in and they started tearing America apart piece by piece. And that's why Stuttering John had said enough is enough, and he needed to stand up and fight for all of America. So again, people like Carla and Anthony Cumin, they don't help. They don't add positivity to the world. They don't bring forth positive things. They just bring negativity, and it's enough is enough.
You don't think he went political because he has a weirdo tranny kid?
Chocolate or vanilla? No answer? Okay. I think you're frozen. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Chocolate or vanilla?
Is it chocolate?
Very good. So, will you be participating in the Chicago mission to shut down the haters and trolls that will be visiting Chicago?
No. Who's visiting Chicago?
Okay. Where are you in the United States
I'm
of
in Rhode
America?
Island, but I've lived in Chicago.
Rhode Island is very nice. Is it actually an island?
No.
I don't think this is working very well. Your
I
internet.
lived in Long Island, but that's just like a part of Rhode Island.
Okay, there you are again. You're back.
Why? What's happening in Chicago?
Well, this SJ Army is mobilized to protest the show that Carla is doing live in Chicago. We are determined to make sure that it does not happen. So we have secured some financing to protest there and basically shut it down and not let him profit from his hate.
Why shut it down? Who cares?
I do not wish for profit to be generated from the hatred that is generated in that building. We are also offering free vaccines that day if anyone is interested.
Wait, are you gonna vaccinate people?
Yes.
Yeah? Like you just walk around with vaccines and jabbing people?
If they consent.
Yeah.
Are you vaccinated?
No.
Why not?
I don't go out, so.
Why?
I had COVID, so.
You have COVID?
I had it.
Oh, how was that?
It was fine. I've been way sicker before. My back right shoulder was aching like a motherfucker for like 4 days.
Oh, this is a PG show, please.
I've been swearing this whole time.
So tell me more about yourself.
I'm awesome. I'm amazing. I like Taco Bell.
Very similar
Stuttering
to all the things I
What?
would say about Stuttering John. So I think you have a lot in common.
Well,
And
unlike him, I don't have the tranny kid, but
that's not the word we use.
what's the word?
Transsexual.
They're transsexuals now? I thought they were transgendered.
Transgendered, that's right.
That's right. Or they're just queer now. You can call them queer now.
No, that does not. Your gender does not necessarily infer any type of sexual preference.
I'm non-binary.
Okay.
I was a binary, but now I'm non-binary. Was Stuttering John's kid a dude who became a chick, or a chick who became a dude?
This is not where this show is going. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time. Do you have any plugs before we end the episode?
Just watch me, Unique, YouTube, YUWNEEK.
Okay, thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
Wow, that was an interesting interview. Though I agree with Unique on his stance of Carla and Anthony Cumin, we agreed to disagree on some other topics there, and there were some things I would rather not discuss at all. In today's true crime segment, we discuss Carl Healy. Carl Healy was a serial rapist responsible for the rape of Ellen Curtis, Nicole, and Gail Chimayo, the last of who he murdered when she tried to fight him off. Carl grew up in an anti-intellectual environment, very common for many Carls. His mother couldn't read and his sister was arrested for prostitution. Again, very common for many Carls. He became attracted to intellectual women. However, he felt he had to settle for Bridget Young, who, not being very smart and adverse to reading, he did not really care for. He targeted women he saw as intellectual and cultured and knew lived alone by the cats they kept. Being good at getting into enclosed spaces, he was able to pass through window bars and sneak up to his victims. He would shave off any body hair right before his attack to make entering easier and so not to leave DNA. After the attack, he would apologize to his victims and wish they had met under different circumstances, signifying his desire to be with intelligent women. Fortunately, the article I'm reading does not have the story of how Carl was caught, but again, this proves my theory that all Carls are terrible people, so you should be careful. So again, that's Carl Healy. Thank you. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls. Today's episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. The new Manscaped 2.0 lawnmower offers superior performance and grooming tools for all your manscaping needs. Use promo code Cardiff Electric for 50% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code Cardiff Electric.
Yeah, there's an update on the unique Schwab thing. They're not currently being sued by Schwab. It was dismissed back in 2024, but Schwab and his company are pursuing an appeal to the Supreme Court about all this. So I guess it's still ongoing, and it's like one of those things that probably never ends. Ooh, oh, hold on a minute. Where did everybody go? Oh, there they are. Hey. So yeah, that was interesting. I forgot all about that unique episode. It's like we're all learning something here today, you know? The full car. Oh, hold on a minute here. Oh, we still got some people here in attendance, huh? What do you want to keep going? Or you had enough, huh? Or is there... I know Ray DeVito, I think, is on. I don't want to take away any of his viewers. But, what do you say we keep going, huh? You know, I got some time here. Plus, luckily, like I said, some of these episodes here, back in the early days, were only like 10 minutes long. So, not really hurting anybody. What do you say? Alright, well, the next one here I'm going to try to pull up. was from August 18th, 2021. And the description is John got mad at me today, hashtag SJArmy. Now, as we all know, back in the day, Cardiff was in John's chats during, the beer on the balconies and whatnot. Trying to, get John, obviously get John's attention, for one, we all know that. And, we're going to take a listen to here. Like I said, this was August 18th, so this was 2 weeks away from the Chicago SJArmy rally and protest at WATP. Let me just get it all set up here. I know it's probably like a much easier way to doing this, but we're on a, we're learning. We're still doing things here. Which I am kind of curious about this one. See what he has to see. What John's reaction to him. Because we all know John didn't notice Cardiff in the chats back then. So let's see what they had to say. All right. Let me put it up here. Put it up on the big screen. All right. And turn down the crowd noise. I'll listen to them keys. Now that's how you play Casio. Okay? Somebody needs to take notes or lessons and learn how to play like this guy. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And in 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Lots of big guests are coming on the show later this week, like Pat Oates, Pi Day Scott, Pat Dixon, and Carla from Who Are These Podcasts. So make sure you subscribe now to my Patreon. In today's True Crime segment, we will talk about Carl Newton Mahan. He is the youngest person ever in the United States to be charged with murder at only 6 years old. May 18, 1929, Carl Newton Mahan and Cecil Van Hoos, 8, had a fight. Cecil took the scrap of iron away from Carl, slapping him in the face. According to articles in the Cincinnati Enquirer back then, Carl ran away from Cecil, went home, and climbed up on a chair. He took down his father's 12-gauge shotgun, which was kept above the door. Carl went back outside and shouted to Cecil, "I'm going to shoot you," then squeezed the trigger. Carl became the youngest murder defendant in Kentucky, probably in the country. What happened next in many ways resembles what happened last Tuesday in Michigan, where another child was shot and killed by a playmate. So, again, I keep doing these episodes to warn people that Carls of any age could be murderers or rapists, so please keep your family safe and away from Carls. Also, be sure to sign up for my brand new Twitch channel at Cardiff Electric. look for me on Twitch soon, doing live video streams and having special guests covering everything. From the CEN and newsroom traffic and weather, traffic is starting to build up during rush hour, and weather's looking good for the next couple days. Well, from the newsroom, the CNN newsroom, we have an update from the Chicago area. COVID cases are climbing while vaccination rates plummet. Let's pray for everyone in Chicago to get vaccinated. We wouldn't want any visitors coming to the region in August to get sick and die of COVID-19. That would be terrible. This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
Say hello to my little friends.
Today's show is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Corporation wants to let you know that summer's here. And what goes better with summer on a hot day than an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Psst, crack one open today and celebrate everything in the summer. When you buy your Coca-Cola today, let them know that you heard about it on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. The new Manscaped 2.0 lawnmower offers superior performance and grooming tools for all your manscaping needs. Use promo code Cardiff Electric for 50% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code Cardiff Electric. Today's show is also brought to you by Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, even though I have millions of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
That was a quick one. Very quick. As you heard in there, Cardiff did have like this old Twitch stream, which you remember, that's where Notorious Lemmy found Cardiff back in the day. And when she was with Granny still. Which is another trip down memory lane there. But that was a awfully quick one. Which ain't bad. Like I said, a lot of these back then were only like a few minutes long. Where do we leave off with? Pie Day. Alright, well, the big one I want to get to is obviously the Carl or Carla interview. And there's one before that by Pie Day Scott, which I don't know. You guys into it? Pie Day Scott. It sounds familiar. Like I said, it's been a while since I've even I delved into a lot of this shit. All right, fuck it. You want to listen to it? Let's see what I can do here. See if I can hit a couple of these buttons here. Alright, I'm gonna play. It's alright, it's only like 13 minutes long here. If you're into it. You know, like I say, you gotta play, you wanna go. You know, say thank you all for hanging out still. You got a lot of choices tonight. You chose to be here with me and Billy on the keys. You know, appreciate y'all. Really do. Alright, so this is the Pie Day Scott interview. I'm gonna try to find a little something, try to find some updates on what Pie Day Scott is up to while we listen. Alright. If you're into it, you know what I mean. Let me quiet the people down in the background. Tell Billy to go. You can go take a smoke break, Billy. Alright. And in 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hello, and welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast, the most famous podcast on the internet today. Who do we have on the line today?
It's Pie Day Scott.
Hello, Pie Day Scott. Welcome to the show. Do we have your...
Or is it Mr. Electric?
It's Cardiff Electric. Do we have your permission to record this for broadcast?
Yes.
So why do they call you Pie Day Scott? Let's get a little background info for all our listeners.
Well, my wife and I got married on Pi Day, so 3.1415. So we kind of used Pi Day as our nomenclature. We just chose that name for everything. So I'm Pie Day Scott.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your favorite type of pie?
I'm going to say apple.
Apple. Interesting. I see from your Twitter that you like Disneyland. Please tell us about that.
Well, we live, about an hour away, and we typically have annual passes. They've changed them to the Magic Key, so we're probably going to be getting that soon. But we like to go with our family and enjoy Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. We've been to Disney World a couple of times. It's just a good, fun place to go, take lots of pictures, and have a good time as a family.
Great. So you came to the attention of our audience recently by being a victim of trolling on the Eric Nagel show.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, if you've experienced that yourself, why would you in turn support somebody who is also trolling on the internet?
Well, I guess there's a fine line between trolling and a funny bit, and if it can at least seem funny, I will tend to lean towards the funny.
So you support Eric Nagel in his trench against Stuttering John Melendez?
Oh, I didn't know Eric was had a radio war with Stuttering John. I did not know that.
You didn't?
No.
Would you like to hear some of the experts from Eric's trolling?
Sure. Yeah, I was not aware. Please educate me.
Okay. Let's run the tape.
The audio, hearing the thing clumps down, and him just scrambling to get it up is hilarious. Seeing the video, even more hilarious. Yes. But studying the video, really, there's something that you guys didn't even touch on. So if you watch when he gets the screen back up and you see this like futuristic version of a city behind him, if you stare at it real quick, there's watermarks all over the photo.
Are there really?
So he didn't get a legitimate photo. He didn't get it from like a...
So I was a big fan of Eric Nagel until this incident. It's despicable what he said about Stuttering John. And Eric always had a great show talking about food and movies and toys, and I loved it. But he's made an enemy of the SJ Army for sure.
Yeah, well, I'll have to look into that a little bit further because I didn't know that. I've got, in preparation for our interview, I actually dug out my old copy of Howard Stern's Private Parts because I knew I had Stuttering John's autograph in there somewhere. Back from, I think it was let's see, what year is this? 1994, he came out to where I lived and he was doing a concert to promote his first album, self-titled first album. So I've got his autograph on all the material from that, plus he autographed the Howard Stern book back in the day. It's been a while since I've seen Stuttering John, but I liked him.
You met Stuttering John?
Yeah, back in 1994.
What was that like?
I mean, it was nice. He was a nice guy. I liked his album was pretty good. The songs were fun, and had a good time.
Do you have any pictures?
Oh no, I don't have pictures of that night. I just have the autograph from the night.
Can I have it?
Can you have the autograph? Let's see. Hey, I can take a picture of the autograph and send it to you. How about that?
I guess. That's cool. I've never met Stuttering John, but I will one day. I'm gonna get to California soon and I'll meet him.
Oh, he's out here now?
He's in California, yes.
Yeah. He's been in California probably since he joined the Tonight Show, right?
Yes, he moved from New York to California to be the announcer on the Tonight Show, and he's been there ever since. He's running his podcast from there.
Probably a big change from the New York life with Howard Stern, right?
Howard Stern sucks.
Yeah, I haven't listened to Howard Stern since he left terrestrial radio, so that's been a long time.
So can you talk to E-Rock for us?
I mean, I'm just a listener to the E-Rock show just like you, but I'll see what I can do.
I'm not a listener anymore. Chocolate or vanilla?
You know, I've been thinking about that, and I'm going to have to go with vanilla.
Was there ever a time you would have said chocolate?
Well, anything other than ice cream, I would say chocolate. But when it's ice cream, it's vanilla. So I'm assuming you're asking about ice cream.
Never assume.
Yeah, we both know what happens when you assume, right?
So you're famous for cosplay. Tell us about that.
Well, I don't know about famous. My wife and I, when we first started dating, we started going to the local comic book conventions. San Diego Comic-Con is one of them, but there's quite a few in Southern California. And, we dressed up and found that it was fun. So we started dressing up more and more and doing some cosplay. But I would say we're extremely amateur cosplays. We're not anywhere near the level of some of the fantastic just cosplayers that really build these evergreen accurate costumes. We just kind of build what we can out of thrift store clothes and what we have around the house. But yeah, we enjoy dressing up, and of course it started out when it was just my wife and I, and then as our family grew, we had to adjust our cosplays to have more of a family theme. So now we've got 3 kids, so we look for cosplays that can fit 5 characters. So it's a lot of fun.
Are you aware of the game F, Marry, Kill?
I've heard of it.
Okay, F, Marry, Kill. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. Go.
Oh boy. I would have to... I guess I'd have to marry Episode 3, because that's where everything happens. I would kill Episode 1, and I guess I would F Episode 2. It's a tough choice.
Good answer. Good answer. Why did you vote for Trump?
Oh, I did not vote for Trump.
Okay. Are the rumors true?
That's a very ambiguous question. I'm going to say some of them are and some of them aren't.
So you did have your anonymous heckler killed?
No. We made peace. We made up. There was a lot of back and forth, and first I was challenged to a game of Tetris, which I lost, and I graciously accepted that loss, and I think that since then we've kind of made peace, the anonymous heckler and I.
There has been a resolution?
Well, we haven't. I felt like it ended on a positive note, that we were gonna agree to exist in the world together, and that he was the superior Tetris player. I felt like that ended it nicely.
Very good. So tell me, how big of a fan are you of my podcast?
I just discovered it literally a couple of days before you reached out to me, and I have binged every episode, and I'm a fan. I'm enjoying it so far very much.
Have you been living under a rock?
I'm sorry?
Have you been living under a rock?
Well, I just wasn't following the right Twitter accounts, I guess. But as soon as I discovered it, I listened to every episode that I could, and I even left a 5-star review over on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, I guess.
Oh, thank you for that. That's greatly appreciated.
Not that you need my review with your millions of listeners, but I figure every review helps a little bit.
We will soon be exclusive on Spotify, but that deal is still in the works. So your iTunes review might be irrelevant. But I still appreciate it. Thank you. Did you have anything you'd like to plug?
You can find me on Twitter at PiDayScott, PiDayscott, and from there you'll find links to my podcast.
Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate you joining the show today. You have a wonderful day.
Oh, you too. Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
In today's True Crime segment, we're going to talk about Charles Carl Panzram. He was born June 28, 1891, and died September 5th, 1930. He was an American serial killer, rapist, arsonist, robber, and burglar. In prison confessions and his autobiography, he claimed to have committed 21 murders, most of which could not be corroborated, and over 1,000 acts of sodomy of boys and men. After a series of imprisonments and escapes, he was executed in 1930 for the murder of prison employee. Only 5 victims could be confirmed through. Panzram is suspected to have killed more than 100 men total in the United States. Don't forget, over 1,000 acts of sodomy of boys and men. I'm not saying this is a reflection of everybody named Carl, but the evidence does point that way. This is Cardiff Electric, signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls. Today's episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. The new Manscaped 2.0 lawnmower offers superior performance and grooming tools for all your manscaping needs. Use promo code Cardiff Electric for 50% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code Cardiff Electric.
What's that doing on screen? Get it off. Yeah, that was an interview from this guy, Scott, who he said he was married on Pi Day or some shit like that, but he had an autograph album, one of Thunder and John's, and that was the thumbnail. I tried to enlarge it there so y'all can see it. But yeah, god damn, I just keep forgetting. We're on a date. We're here enjoying ourselves at the bar, talking about the glory days of Cardiff Electric. I'm gonna do the last one because, like I said, these all been really quick, not too long, and they all been kind of leading up to this one particular episode where he finally got the Carla hamburger on his show. And I think that's a great ending point for tonight. All leading up to the notorious Chicago SJ Army. Alright, so what we're looking at here. The full Carla interview, huh? I think that's what matters. Alright, so like I said, leading up to the WATP live show in Chicago where Cardiff was trolling Carl about the SJ Army and been in John's chat promoting the SJ Army and the big meetup and all that. So he finally got Carl on his show. And that's what we're going to listen to last here. It's about 30 minutes long. So, like I said, this video will be up. You can come back, listen to it whenever. We'll definitely do this again. I know that for sure. I mean, I think we had a good date tonight, don't you say? I didn't come on too strong, we're just trying to get to know each other a little bit, see what our interests are, see if we have any connections, and hopefully we can hook up again sometime. They say never kiss on the first date. Hey, that's my rule, gentlemen first. Okay. So this is what you all been here waiting for. The Carla Hamburg interview. And we're going to take a listen to it together. As one. Whatcha. Alright. Here we go. Alright, guys. Quiet down back there a little bit, please. Thank you. Billy, you've been awesome on the piano all night. God, it sounds so much better than that Casio. I'm gonna turn you down a little bit, Billy. You're awesome, man. Alright. In 3, 2.
Due to bandwidth issues, as our guest babbled on far too long, we will not have a true crime segment on this episode. If you are tuning in for the true crime segment, please wait until next week's episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. On today's show, we interview the hater of all haters, the troll of all trolls, Carla. We dig deep and get to why he is jealous of Stuttering John Melendez.
Are you tired of listening to substandard podcasts like the one you're listening to now? Well, we have a cure for your podcast needs. The world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast is available now on Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Cassette, and everywhere else you listen. Enjoy laughs and thought-provoking talk on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Also buy a shirt or mug. There.
I am Dr. Remulak. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hey, check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Oh, as usual, as expected, he's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, go figure. What are the chances of that? I don't use Skype all that often, buddy. It's everyone uses different stuff now.
It's 2021. You should get with the technology through quarantine.
I should get to the technology through quarantine. I agree with that.
So welcome to the show. Welcome to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, the most famous podcast on the internet today. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on the most famous podcast on the internet today. That's amazing.
Yes. So, let's jump right into it, if that's okay with you, or did you need a moment to...
Did you introduce me yet or anything? Do people know who I am?
I think people know who you are. But go ahead and you can introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. I don't want to tell you how to run a podcast, but all right. So this is Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, and the reason why I'm on the show today is because Cardiff has been getting all the amazing guests. You got Dr. Steve and Adam Goldstein and Kyle. So I was like, I have to get on this show. It's got all the major players in podcasting today.
So I have my list of recent guests here. I do not have Kyle. Who's Kyle?
Kyle would be Unique or
yes, Unique. Yes, he was very good on the show.
So you don't do a lot of research on your guests, I see.
I do.
Okay, you didn't know the guy's name. It was on your show. That's not great research, in my opinion. But what do I know? I don't do a show like you do, though. I don't interview people, so what do I know?
I go by his stage name, so that's what I have written down here.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Good. So, have you ever experienced the emotion of jealousy in your life?
I have. Yes, I've definitely been jealous, and it's one of the 7 deadly sins. It's one of those things where
they made a movie about it.
I think they did. I think it was called Deadly Sins. And jealousy is an ugly, ugly thing. And as I've matured and become older, I've worked on not being a jealous person. And I think I've done a good job with that.
just a fact check for the audience. The movie was called Seven.
Right. Thanks, audience check.
So we've established. Thank you. How many national radio shows have you been a cast member of for many years?
Can I get my accountant on the line? That's like a math question.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to just round it off. I'm going to say 0.
0. That's what I thought.
Is that what you thought?
How many best-selling books have you written and published in America?
In America. All right. So take the foreign sales out of the equation. And I am not an author of books.
So is that another 0?
So that would be another 0. Correct.
Okay. Very low score. How many movies have you produced, starred in, directed in, or written?
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by movie. I've done videos online that have been seen by more people than have seen one too many. Does that count?
No.
Okay, then another 0 for me, please. You write this down?
Yes.
Good. I wouldn't want to miss any of these.
How many albums have you released and have gone at least gold?
Well, albums don't go gold anymore. So I really
Yours don't.
Am I correct? Wow, Cardiff, you're getting good at this, my friend. Good job. I've released many albums with many different bands, and I continue to. A couple that I just put out this year. And, I don't do it for the money, so I'm happy that people find it and check it out.
That's good you don't do it for the money.
Yeah, it's probably a really good thing.
So, as we've established in the first few minutes of the interview here, you have a history of being jealous. You have not accomplished any of the things that Stuttering John Melendez has accomplished. So, Arkham's Razor would prove that you are jealous, and that is why you express your jealousy by being a hater and sending out trolls on the internet to go after Stuttering John Melendez.
All right. Well, that could be true. You might be onto something. I do want to just say that I do not send trolls out on the internet to go after John. I just do a show, and then if these trolls happen to enjoy the content of my show, I can't help that.
Were you involved in doxing me personally?
I don't know who you are, so no, definitely was not.
I've taken down other minions in your organization like Adam Goldberg, Anthony Kuhlman, Eric Nagel, Eric Zane, Dr. Steve. What could be next, I guess? Let's discuss the elephant in the room.
Wait, can you go through that list again?
Hold
Who'd
on.
you take down?
Adam Goldberg. I'll be doing the sound effects here, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Bullshit. I do the sound effects around here, my friend.
Okay, so let's discuss the elephant in the room.
Yeah, let's do it. Is John there? Get it? Because he's a larger man.
I heard you.
Yeah, okay. I'm just waiting for maybe like this. I guess I'll just do that for myself from here on out.
Chocolate or vanilla?
I don't like chocolate ice cream, but I don't like vanilla things either. I guess I'd go chocolate.
Okay.
Cardiff, you know what I've noticed about your show? The reason why I like it? It's
awesome.
A very guest-driven show. Like, when I've heard other people on, you talk about 25% of the time, and that is working for you. But if I could make a suggestion, maybe you could bring that down to like 10%. It might even be better if you talked less. Have you thought about that at all?
So in the 1991 Survivor Series, it appeared that Hulk Hogan was robbed of his title when The Undertaker cheated to beat him.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it was a fair call by the referees? And if not, should all champions past that date be considered illegitimate?
Oh, that's an interesting conundrum right there, isn't it? If it wasn't a legitimate championship, then beating the illegitimate champion does not make you the champion. This is a good question for my buddy Vinny Paulino, who, you know what? Can I get back to you on that? Because that's interesting. I want to figure out that problem.
Can you spell that?
Vinny Paulino?
Yes.
VINNY PAULINO.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
Why did you vote for Donald Trump?
I'm ready for this question. I knew you were going to ask me this. So, in 2016, I voted for Gary Johnson. Now, I'm a libertarian like Dr. Steve. So, I voted for Gary Johnson. Now, if you remember, I don't know how political you are, Cardiff, but if you remember, the thing leading up to the election that really fucked over Gary Johnson, I shouldn't say fucked over, but he was
This is a clean show.
Oh, sorry. He was asked the question about Aleppo, and he didn't know what that was. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I actually appreciated that. Like, I don't need my president to know everything about Syria. I'd rather have nothing to do with them. So I was all in. So I voted Gary Johnson. By the way, I've never once voted for the president who was elected to office. That's been my track record. But in 2020, I did vote for Donald Trump. And I'll tell you why. You asked me why. Specifically because of people like Stuttering John and the news media who thought that it was the next Hitler and overreacted to everything he said and did. And I'm like, this guy's hilarious. He's pissing everybody off. He's maybe the funniest president we've ever had. I'd love 4 more years of this. And so, and also I wanted to help keep Stuttering John employed. As you know, I have a vested interest in John having content for his show. If he has nothing to talk about, I have nothing to talk about. So I was all in on Trump. I'm like, I need Hal Sparks going nuts online. I need Stuttering John going nuts. I want all the news media to lose their shit every day, 24 hours a day. So I'm voting Trump for those reasons. Can I ask you a question? Did you vote for Joe Biden?
Yes.
So you're responsible for the women in Afghanistan being murdered. How do you feel about that?
No, actually, it was Trump's fault.
Oh yeah?
And George W. Bush.
Interesting. Well, I'll give you the George W. I can go out with that. Maybe Dick Cheney had something to do with it too.
Joe Biden had no alternative but to pull out of Afghanistan. And I don't want you making a joke about pulling out.
He couldn't have done a better job of pulling out of Afghanistan. He's left thousands of Americans there, and they couldn't get to the airport and leave. This is still going on. This is still a problem.
It's probably because of COVID, so maybe you should get vaccinated.
I'm sorry, say that again?
It was probably because of COVID that they're having travel issues, so maybe if everyone got vaccinated, then everything would be better, like in Florida.
It's funny how COVID doesn't seem like to be a big problem where Taliban is ruling the country. They're like, yeah, it's pretty far down our list of issues around here. We have the fucking Taliban running thing.
Agree to disagree on that one, sir.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right,
I like where you keep the show moving. The agree to disagree thing is fun. That made me laugh when you had Dr. Steve on the show. That's good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it and contributed to my listeners.
Yes.
Did you have any plugs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want people to check out Who Are These Podcasts. It's a show that I do weekly. Wait, what? What just happened? You all right? Cardiff, you still there, buddy?
There have been no laughs!
What do you mean?
None!
Hello?
Hello? Cardiff, you still there, buddy?
Yes.
Hey, how old of a guy are you?
Why are you implying a gender on anyone?
You sound like a man.
Well,
are you a woman? I'm confused.
I'm actually a little confused myself.
Okay, well, that would make sense. So how old of a person are you, Cardiff?
It's a personal question, sir.
Well, yeah, I know. So you're obviously anonymous, right? Or do people know who you are?
I think everyone is pretty knowing who I am. I met a bunch of the SJ Army the other week at the drive-in, and we watched the movie, and we had drinks, and it was a great event. I will admit that I am in my early 30s.
Okay.
But that's all I'm going to give you.
Early 30s. Okay, yes. Very good. So you grew up listening to Stuttering John in the 90s, I would imagine, right? You're a big fan?
Yes, I had a guest on yesterday that met him once, too.
Wow! Met the Stuttering John?
Yes, I have his. They sent me a picture of the autographs and everything from his album tour. I did not get to see him perform. I think I was too young to get into the clubs, but
Well, plus he probably wasn't performing at a lot of clubs back then when he was on the Howard Stern show.
Yes, Howard did hold him back a lot in those days.
Well, you know what? That's interesting, though. You're saying that you haven't met him, but I believe you're one of the comedy writers for his D.C. trip. I heard John say the other day that you came up with a joke. He was going to ask one of the Republicans, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? Was that your joke, Cardiff?
Wait, he said that?
He did, yeah. He goes, I got to give Cardiff credit on this joke, and then he told that doozy.
Which episode?
I don't know. It was on it was on one of the subreddits I was watching some videos on. Are you pretty excited about that?
That's pretty.
It's a pretty big deal. You're one of the writers now.
I cannot. Wow. I have to hold on. Let me see his YouTube.
Hey,
I'll
so
do
while
that
you're
after.
doing that, I got a question for you because you were comparing me to Stuttering John at the beginning with those questions.
There's no comparison.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. How many women is Stuttering John currently married to?
I do not know his personal life. I'm just a fan of his professional.
I just want to get on the board. That's all I'm asking for. I just don't want to get shut out on this one.
Is your wife there?
My wife is at work.
Then there's no evidence to prove your statement.
Well, #Chicago Mission. My wife will be at the live show in Chicago, WATPlive.com for tickets.
It probably would be better if she stayed home.
Oh, really? Is that a threat?
No, just good advice. Chicago's a dangerous place.
Okay, well, this is in Lombard, Illinois. It's pretty far outside of the city where it is dangerous. And by the way, it's more dangerous where I live in Rochester, but that's neither here nor there.
Have you ever been to Wegmans?
I have. It's right next to my house. It's a nice place. You know where my house is. You put photos up on the internet of the inside of my house before we bought it.
I've never been to your house.
I know, but you do put photos up of the inside of my house on the internet, so you must know where it is. You must have the address.
No.
Oh, weird. Okay. Someone just gave you those photos, you decided to share them? Do you see what happens when you live in a web of lies, Cardiff? It all comes tumbling down. The web of lies comes tumbling down. Let me rethink that one. The house of cards is sticky.
Did you have any plugs?
Yeah. So I want to promote WATPlive.com where you can get tickets for our live show. This is going to be very exciting on August 28th in Chicago. I assume that after you put this episode out, we're going to get a ton of traffic to that page because this is the #1 podcast in the world, right?
It's up there.
Cool. Very cool. So tell me about the Chicago Mission and the SJ Army. What's that all about?
Well, I think we're less than 8 days away from finding out, but as I put on Twitter, we're negotiating a settlement and we're close to settling. So let's let the teams behind the scenes figure that all out. I do not want to give away too much just in case we do not reach an agreement.
What needs to be settled, and what are the parameters here? Like, if we don't reach a settlement, what happens?
Well, if you look at the venue that you will be performing, I'm doing quotation marks in the air here.
Okay.
It's not a video format.
Yeah.
FYI. So there are giant concrete beams all around this strip mall that you'll be performing at. And we will be chaining ourselves, the SJ Army, to these concrete beams to be preventing entrance into the venue.
Wow, that's elaborate. What time are you going to get down there?
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more. Okay, good.
Behind the first line of defense, which is the handcuffed members of the SJ Army, we will have a second layer of defense.
Okay.
And they will be spending the night prior eating Chicago deep dish pizzas.
Nice.
Then the morning they will prepare with X-Lax, and they will diarrhea all over the front entrance.
That's a pretty good prank. I kind of like that.
So if you get past us, you will have to walk through
deep dish pizza diarrhea shit to enter WATP. So that is what's planned for the Chicago mission that I will reveal. So if that helps negotiations, so be it.
That does help negotiations. Now, I don't want to pick apart your plan or poke holes in it or give you any reasons to modify it, but this is a music venue where bands play, which means there are many entrances. There's at least one other entrance where people can load gear into, which means that won't stop anyone from coming into the place.
So that was Vinny Paulino, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
V-I-N-N-Y. Actually, you know what? I'll help you out. Here's a great way to remember it.
Vinny, Vinny, Vinny. Vinny, 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 Vinny. V-I-N-N-Y. V-I...
You said that you were going to play drops. Do you have a soundboard or something you can demonstrate?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Carl sucks.
Pretty good. Where did you pull that from?
The internet.
Oh, okay.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
There's lots of, I don't know if you've heard my true crime segments, but there are lots of Carl murderers and rapists on the internet that I am bringing attention to.
Okay, good. Carls are bad people. Should definitely get rid of them.
I agree.
So your beef with me, if I'm not mistaken, is that I hurt John's feelings and you don't like that?
I look at you more as a hater and troll driver. I wish your show would be more compassionate and positive and bring more enlightenment to the world. But all you do is bring hate and destruction, just like Donald Trump. And it's not good for anyone's soul. So when you send people out to attack John and do things to him, it's bad. He's a very successful, as I demonstrated, he's been on a national radio show. He's been on national television show. He was the announcer on The Tonight Show. He's made movies and books and albums, and all you do is attack him because you're jealous, and I don't like that.
So what I do is I roast Stuttering John. And John knows about roasting. He was the head writer for the
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast.
That's not how you say it.
That's how he says it. I don't know. So anyway, if he's the head writer for a roast, then I think that he would understand the whole concept of WATP, which is to have a laugh at someone else's expense. No. But knowing that they're allowed to come back and have a laugh at your expense right back. Like, that's kind of how this whole thing works.
A roast, in its truest form, is an expression of love. And correct. I don't believe that you're coming from this from that angle. I believe it's coming from jealousy, and that's what makes it unfunny. So
who cares what you believe? Why does that matter? Who would give a fuck what you think?
I'm Cardiff Electric Podcast.
Oh, good point. I forgot you're the biggest podcast in the world. My bad.
So I think we agree you should move on. You have other shows you could talk about.
You're right. I should.
Opie sucks, so go ahead.
Okay, good. We're on the same page on that one.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
What do you not like about Opie?
Well, he worked with Anthony Kuhlman for one.
Yeah, I know. That does make him a bad person.
Anyway, thank you for your time today.
Okay, we're wrapping up, huh?
If you want to go longer, we can, but this is already longer than most of my episodes.
Well, I wanted to ask you, because you're a big fan of Stuttering John's show, right?
Yes.
All right. So he's been doing this thing lately that I think is great. He's playing this propaganda stuff from the Lincoln Project. And I feel like using propaganda is better than telling people facts and making a valid argument for your position. Like it worked really well for the Germans. It worked for the Soviets. There's a lot of success there. Have you considered creating propaganda to make me look bad?
You're German, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Well.
So I know about this. Propaganda fucking works, baby. And that's why John's using it, obviously.
But it's not propaganda. We're showing
what COVID is doing to children.
Yeah.
We're showing what happened on January 6th. These are real things.
That's real propaganda for sure. Yep.
Agree to disagree again.
Well, what if I had a video of a school bus driving off the road, and then I said children should never go to school. They could all die in a school bus accident, and that was my video. But I shot it in a way that made him gruesome and horrifying and scared parents and never want to let their kids get on a bus ever again. I'd still be just reporting the facts, right?
I really shouldn't comment as I don't have children, so.
Fair enough. Anyway, I think you should consider doing some propaganda. I think that works really well. Get people against me.
That's my goal.
All right, cool. Well, any way I can help you out, please let me know. Go to whoarethese.com where you can get all of our episodes and links to all of the important stuff like our Patreon and our YouTube channel and our merchandise and, of course, WATPlive.com to get the tickets to come see the live show. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Cardiff. Are you going to be in disguise? Because you're like a supervillain. Are you going to be in disguise at the show?
I think if negotiations fail and I am at the Chicago mission, you will know exactly who I am.
Great. I'm hoping you're wearing like a Cobra Commander getup.
I actually hope to meet Dr. Steve because we had a very nice conversation. He's a very nice man, actually, and I changed him over to the SJ Army. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's going to be tied up too then?
He's a little old for that stuff. He doesn't do wet work.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool, man. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to meeting you and the rest of the SJ Army. And I'll have some swag for you guys. I'm happy to sign whatever you have, autographs if you want to bring an 8x10.
The only thing you'll be signing for me is a check.
All right, that sounds good. Well, you know what, Cardiff, for real though, the invitation's out there. If you want to come to the show, you have to buy a ticket, but I'll let you have 5 minutes if you want to come on stage because you're a riot, buddy.
So, what you're saying is it's not sold out?
That's correct. It's not sold out, so I'm still promoting it.
Okay. Well, you've come on the right show. That's for sure.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. When's this episode going to be out? I can't wait to promote it.
It will be out this afternoon. We have a very crack team of producers and engineers, and we will put this out.
You in post too, so wow, they must work quick.
We will put this out. This will be a Patreon only episode, but we'll have a preview.
No, you can't do that to me. I didn't agree to that. That's fucked up, my friend.
Do you not agree?
I disagree. Let's agree to disagree on this one. I think you should put it out on the regular feed.
Okay, we okay with use that? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Talking over with your team over there?
Yes. Just had to confirm with legal.
Very good then. All right, I gotta go check on the jingles department. I also have a whole organization over here, so I gotta run.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You have a fan-fucking-tastic day, Cardiff Electric.
Clean show, please.
See you in Chicago.
Goodbye.
I don't know about you, but I need a night out on the town, like right now.
Yeah, I'm ready to travel again. I even miss those tiny bags of pretzels to get on flights.
I miss fighting for the bartender's attention.
You know what I miss? I miss falling asleep during the in-flight movie and waking up in a new city.
I miss singing karaoke off key in front of strangers.
Getting vaccinated is the most effective way to help prevent COVID-19 and get back to the good times.
I got mine.
Me too. Find a COVID-19 vaccine location near you at vaccines.gov.
This is Cardiff Electric signing off. And obviously, I'm not John. So, there you go to all the haters and trolls.
That was great. That was a Carl interview. Just weeks before the Chicago SJ Army mission. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up. Oh, there you are, Billy. I like that. like that too. Thank you all for hanging out. Taking a trip down memory lane of the origins of one Cardiff Electric. Yeah, we'll definitely go on another date. I'm pretty sure. Found some other stuff we could check out around this time that I don't think. Well, from what I found, there were only like 30 views of these hidden gems, I'm gonna call them, and we're gonna definitely check that out. Not sure when, not sure when we're gonna go out again, but keep posted, keep you all posted there. I'm sure you hit the bell, the like, all that bullshit. Yeah, somebody earlier was asking about like watch hours and shit. Dude, I just checked. It's like another 2,600 to go, so there's absolutely zero rush to even think about that or whatever. But we're just having fun here. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's cool beans, man. I know I just checked. Stunner John's still alive. Not sure if you guys are gonna missing anything out there, but hope you all had fun. I had fun. That's all that matters. Drinks were good. Music was good. The crowd wasn't too loud. They kept quiet back there, which is nice. So we're gonna wrap it up here and say thank you to all. Thank you to a special guest who was in the chat earlier, watching along. I didn't tell any of those guys that I was planning on doing this. Kind of just wanted to fuck around and just do it on my own. But yeah, sure, he's fine with it. Anything that gives him attention, he enjoys. So that's cool. I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't think there's gonna be much going on from the Dabbler Network, Cardiff Network. If John goes live during the day, you might see OJ on. I think the next thing that's in the books or on the books is Tuki Soup Tuesday nights. You all know. You don't know where it's at. Yeah, so hope you had fun. I hope we could do this again. It's been nice meeting y'all. Enjoyed it. We had fun. It's so sad saying goodbye, This isn't a good date, Sometimes you go on these dates, you don't know what's gonna happen, you might find somebody that you really don't connect with and everything, and you had high hopes going into it, we thought this could be the one. Well, maybe it wasn't, but I think it is. I think we have a connection. I'd love to take you out again. And until then, enjoy. Goodbye. No, not goodbye. It's good night.